Okay, this one is actually kind of very simple as well. It's the plain old browsing of your data, right? It's, let's say, a data administration project. You could be using any kind of a database. It could be a Postgres, MySQL, whatever. This database, using this, you have generated your CRUD APIs in Godspeed. Your REST APIs are there. On top of the REST APIs, provide an Airtable-like interface, right, to browse my data, to edit my data, and allow a role-based access to this. Some users will only have a read access, some will have a read-write access, and Godspeed does have an authorization feature, right? So you could use the auth Z in Godspeed in a configurable way. Store your configurations of read-write within the project. It's a simple CRUD, right, with RBAC. So store your RBAC rules somewhere and use Godspeed's authz, to run your rules whenever an API is called, that whether this user is allowed to do or not, and as well send the response to UI also via an API call, that what are the rights of the current user, his configuration of a role, based on his role, what can he do, so that the UI can also customize the user interface for that user. For example, if he's not allowed to update a row, then he should not be having an active update button out there, okay? And you will make a user interface inspired by Airtable, PGAdmin, whatever. And this is so far very simple, right? Create, read, update, delete on your database. The ability to run filters, without having to write SQL queries. SQL queries are constructed behind the scenes, or these are SQL queries, or even Godspeed exposes Prisma API, okay, to search, to create, read, update, delete. So you could basically, using your filters, generate Prisma queries, send them through the API, and as well modify it to accept SQL queries as well. Nobody stops you from doing that. Prisma supports SQL also. Then on top of it, the wonderful thing you will make is a natural language querying on top of it. So I should be able to write in natural language, and my interface is loading the results accordingly. So it's like applying filters using natural language, no? And there is already a text to SQL plugin developed by one of the IIT Kanpur folks in a hackathon. You can check that data source. It's been, we've also talked about it. You could use any text to SQL way to do this. There's an existing solution, but you could also come up with another solution to do this. Okay, so this is a database administration, Airtable like an experience with a text to SQL feature. And this is very, very useful, especially when we use for two purposes, either for local development, or for you, not just locally, but even, administering your data in production as well, right? You have this user interface to do that, and it could be used by backend teams to, update and publish data which your, rest of the application uses. So this has use for development purposes, for backend teams, for data administration, and so many different use cases out there possible. So yeah, we look forward to this submission as well. Thank you very much.